Good afternoon, dear guy. Oh, no. I suppose I should call you, oh, great manager here.
Oh, welcome to Random Play.
It's not here, Rina. I'll go check the shelves back there.
Oh, well, all right. Oh, the shelves have hard edges. Be careful not to bump into them and hurt yourself.
Who's the old lady? Is she looking for something?
Oh, my apologies. I forgot to introduce you. That's my client, Granny Leisha. I'm helping her look for a special sort of sweet cake.
Sweet cake? Sounds delicious. Is it a kind of dessert?
I don't believe so. It's not just a sweet cake. According to Granny, it's a sweet cake with a silly smile.
Rina, the silly sweet cake isn't on the shelves either. I'll check under the counter.
Okay, Granny, but please don't disturb the other customers. She can't quite tell me what this silly sweet cake is, but she really wanted to come to 6th Street to search for it, so I thought I'd try my luck at your store.
I just can't find it, Rina. I can't find the silly sweet cake anywhere.
Oh, please calm down, Granny. I'm here to help.
Okay.
Do you have any movies about silly, smiling sweet cakes, manager?
We've got a lot of silly comedies, but none about sweet cakes. I can't imagine what that'd look like.
It's a sweet cake that's this big, all round and chubby. And it's so funny when it giggles. Where did it go?
We spent the morning looking in the dessert stores, and none of them had a sweet cake that was this big. Silly sweet cake might refer to something round that looks like it's smiling. Well, we're out of dessert stores, so I'll take her to the toy shops this afternoon.
You just reminded me. Round and with a silly smile? That sounds like Mr. Panda at the coffee shop.
Ooh, a glimmer of hope. I rarely come to 6th Street, so I'm not very familiar with the area. Thank you for your suggestion, manager. Come on,
Rina, I can't walk anymore.
We have been walking around for hours. Granny, why don't you
Mr. Panda is in the coffee shop next door. I'll go take a picture. I'll show it to Granny, and she can decide if it's the sweet cake she's looking for. I'll be right back.
Thanks for your help. I'll stay here and look after Granny while you're gone. The bottom layer is vegetable and ham sandwiches, the middle layer is fresh out of the oven butter scones, and the top layer is...
Wow.
For tea, I have prepared rose tea and red tea. Do you take it with milk?
Wow.
Wow, a 3-tiered dessert platter. I can't believe they set up such a fancy afternoon tea in the store.
Oh, manager, you're back just in time. Due to the situation at hand, I was unable to make anything myself. So these were all carefully selected from nearby shops while helping Granny look for the sweet cake.
That's a relief. I mean, I can eat the low-sugar cake without worrying about my diet.
Sweet cakes? Picture?
Oh, right. I took a photo of the silly sweet cake. Is this it, Granny?
What do you think, Granny Leisha? Does it look familiar?
Nope. This isn't it. I'm looking for the drool.
Huh? I thought you were looking for the silly sweet cake.
No, it's the drooling one. Oh, no. I'm looking for the loud-mouthed sweet cake. The whole corridor can hear it when it cries.
I understand. Well, don't worry. I'll help you find whatever kind of sweet cake you're looking for. Manager, can... First of all, please allow me to express my thanks and apologize for any inconvenience. You see, I participate in the new Eridu Housekeeping Association's assessment each year on behalf of Victoria Housekeeping. This time is to serve Leisha Christie. I had a general idea of what the service would entail, as I've participated in previous years. Granny Leisha didn't ask for any housekeeping services. She just keeps asking me to help her find sweet cakes. This test is trickier than I had expected. She might deliberately be giving me a difficult challenge. But I'll take care of things myself. I wouldn't want...
It's okay. There's not much going on with the store. Let me keep helping Granny. 6th Street is my turf after...
Really? Oh, that'd be great. You're an amazing guide, both in and outside. Then let's cover all corners of 6th Street and capture photos of any suspicious sweet cakes that fit the criteria.
A mellow tune evokes 100 aroma. Come back again soon.
Is there really anything here that fits the criteria of a sweet cake? This music store has impeccable taste. The collection is...
Are the songs on this album good? Or does hearing...
Both. There was an incident during the recording of this album. One of the performers quit temporarily. My job was to save the day and perform in her stead. That was a challenging job. Can you guess which instrument?
Based on the way you fight...
The electric guitar!
I never would have guessed.
Right. We've taken pictures of everything we can think of. The Housekeeping Association's assessments finding something made up is...
Oh, you're back!
I'm not a sidekick, I'm the manager here. Please call me the famed Manager Belle. Or just Belle is...
Sorry, Manager Belle. Please allow me to apologize on her behalf. Okay, Granny, we have the pictures.
No, none of these are... Oh, I remember now. Waves. The sweet cake was floating on white waves up and down. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you like my bamboo, but they're not sweet cakes. They're my trusted companion. For example, this
Yeah, why has it changed again? A white wave sweet cake that looks like Drusilla.
Master, by combining the keywords Leisha Christie and waves, I have found a news article about an incident involving a Miss...
That voice just...
It's the smart voice assistant on my phone. Don't worry about it.
Oh! Well, that's a very thoughtful AI assistant. Of course, I understand it's your little secret. Further inquiry would go against Victoria Housekeeping. In any case, it's a timely tip. Let me check the news. I should be able to find it on my phone. Miss Metropolitan Dropout. Ah, here we go. And it's actually on the night of the highly anticipated I see. So, the Crest of Waves is a round crystal trophy awarded to the winner. There's also a photo of the dropout attached. If I compare, I never would have expected the housekeeping evaluator would be the star of such a contest. What a mysterious lady. The sweet cake floating up and then down. It must refer to Granny losing the trophy. If that's the case, it's easy. We simply need to bring her the Crest of Waves trophy.
That's not gonna be easy, Rina. It's a trophy from 41...
The competition is held every year, even now. I just happen to have
Wait, Rina, you participated in Miss Metropolitan?
Yes. The competition was divided into many sections, such as singing, acting, painting, cooking. Can you guess which item?
Based on my last guess with the instruments, I'll rule out the most common, like singing and acting. I'd assume something unexpected.
The answer is all of them. Actually, that year's competition was in urgent need of a makeup artist, so I stepped in to help. It was quite busy, but still...
Who could have guessed that? I feel like I've been tricked.
Oh, I was just teasing you. But because of that, I know the competition organizers, so asking them for a commemorative trophy shouldn't be a problem.
Rina,
Don't worry, Granny. I'll find it for you. Whatever kind of sweet cake it is. It's getting late. I'll take her home first. You should get some rest too.
it's not behind the shelf.
Granny Leisha, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for the sweet cakes. The silly sweet cake isn't behind the shelf. Ah, I remember you.
I'm not Drusilla. My name is Belle. Say it with me, Granny. Belle. Oh, forget it. I'm gonna call Rina.
Are you looking for the silly sweet cake again, Granny? Is this still part of the assessment? Oh, but it's okay. I still have the— Here, Granny. Are any of these photos the sweet cakes are— She's completely focused on the TV.
Yeah, it's Invasion Next Gen. It's about a hollow appearing in the city, and the—
It's a hollow. There's a hollow!
What's wrong, Granny? That's just a movie. It's not real. If this is still part of the assessment, it seems a little bit excessive. Or perhaps Granny really was affected. We should go check on her manager. Drusilla has a GPS chip, so don't worry. We won't lose her.
I can't run anymore. My leg.
Have you calmed down now,
You,
No need to act so surprised. We've been right behind you since—
I don't have any money or anything of value. What?
Huh? Granny Leisha, are you being serious? I'm Rina, and this— Then, do you still remember the sweet cakes you're looking for?
Sweet cakes. Oh, yes, I remember. I'm looking for my sweet cakes, but I've lost them all. I arranged to look for sweet cakes with someone yesterday.
What's going on? Is the Housekeeping Association's assessment process really—
With her reaction to that ad, I'm afraid this is more than just— Have you heard the medical term, cognitive corruption? Anyone who stays too long in a hollow may develop the disease in their later years. Regardless of their ether, symptoms include rapid memory decline, cognitive disorder—
You mean—
I'm just speculating. But having provided care for elderly individuals with this condition in the past, the constantly changing sweet cakes, not recognizing us, if it's not an intentional act, then it seems like the most likely— Either way, I'll take Granny home first. There are plenty of ways I can confirm my hypothesis.
Goodbye, Granny.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused to your store these past few days. Please.
Rina apologized to me? Well, I don't really mind. You're at the store every time Granny turns up, and I've...
You're...
That was fast. Is Granny's...
She lives near Lumina Square, so it didn't take long. But I checked with the neighbors. She's lived alone for a long time, and she does suffer from cognitive...
So Granny isn't intentionally giving Rina a difficult task. She's just not fully aware. By the way, why didn't Drusilla resist when it got taken by Granny? It's a combat bangbu. It could have easily gotten away from her.
Is it because it had been switched to silent mode?
Even in silent mode, Drusilla can move on its own. I asked the same thing on the way here, and it gave me an unexpected... When Granny carried it away, she kept saying, "I can do it. I can protect you." That made it mistake Granny for me.
Huh? Is that possible? You two don't look alike at all. Could that phrase be some kind of
The Drusilla in front of you is actually designed based on a doll I picked up when I was little. I didn't have many friends at the manor back then. All I had to talk to was the doll I named Drusilla. Father didn't like the doll. He said it was something the servants had used, and told me to throw it away. So, I hid it in various places, trying hard to prevent my father from finding it. Under the bed, in the wardrobe, under the covers, constantly telling it. When I became an agent and decided to use bangbu in combat, I handed this doll over to the manufacturer. Surprisingly, during their inspection, they found a tiny recording device inside. As expected, it was already filled with the phrase, "I can protect you." So, impulsively, I transferred the recording data, along with the name Drusilla, to the bangbu.
A manor... servants. So you were actually a wealthy heiress living in a mansion when you were younger, Rina? Now's not the time to pry. Let's get...
Granny was muttering the same thing when she rushed out of the video store with Drusilla. To call it a passcode is actually fitting.
You're saying she mistook Drusilla for one of the sweet cakes and took it out of the store to avoid...
Judging from that ad that affected Granny, her sweet cakes were once, or are now, in danger because of a...
But just what are these sweet cakes? We'll struggle to get to the bottom of things if we're unable to figure that. However, the competition dropout and Crest of Waves trophy were both real at least. And the Wave sweet cake is still an important clue. I'll bring it back with me and talk to Granny. Oh, I didn't realize how late it was.
It's okay. It's still early for us.
Thank you. How about I bring some special tea treats I made myself as a token of my...
There's really no need.
Then I best be off. Please do let me know if Granny turns up at the store again. How are you, manager? Has Granny...
No.
I obtained the Crest of Waves replica trophy this morning and went to take it over to her. But the place was empty. The neighbors say she caused a commotion late last night. banging on doors claiming a holo was coming. And she was going to White Wave Hospital to save the sweet cakes. She's been searching for sweet cakes everywhere for weeks now, so nobody took it seriously. And they convinced her to go back to her room and go to sleep. But she often goes out early to look for the sweet cakes. But this is the first time she hasn't locked her door, and the first time she's mentioned White Wave's hospital. I filed a missing person report to public security, so I'm just waiting to hear from them now.
Gone to White Wave's hospital to save this.
Searching for information on White Waves Hospital is a renowned, large-scale, comprehensive medical facility in New Eridu. Earlier records go back 41 years to when it was forced to relocate due to...
Wait, 41 years ago?
With funding from both the government and...
A White Wave? Is it a coincidence? Or have we been wrong from the start? The beauty pageant, the hospital, the wave? If you'll excuse me, manager, I'm going to contact a friend who works in medicine to...
Let me know if you hear anything about Granny.
Well, as my current client, I must ask you to forgive her rudeness. I'm her maid, so please allow me to remember your name in her stead. Well then, I'll be going. Please don't let my affairs affect you. You have your own business. Preparations complete. I'm ready.
Dear guide.
Unfortunately, I cannot base my terms of address on personal preference. Using the correct titles in the right situations is important etiquette at Victoria. Now, let's get back to Granny. Based on our current intel, I'm certain her cognitive corruption syndrome is getting... her memory has already regressed to that day 41 years ago.
That day...
Yes. The Miss Metropolitan dropout incident and the White Waves Hospital holo disaster both happened on the same day. And Granny...
But what does this have to do with Granny's search for sweet...
There is a connection. A big one. The sweet cakes are the link between these two events, and I've been... it's a long story. I had to contact a lot of people and piece it all together. But we don't have much time. Granny Leisha from 41 years ago. She'd have been around my age now. She worked as a nurse at the White Waves Hospital back then. She was in charge of taking care of the newborns.
Don't just smile at me. Go to sleep already. The more sleep you get, the quicker you'll grow. You're drooling. Let me wipe it off. Hey, that's quite the set of pipes you've got. Can you keep it down? You're going to frighten the other babies.
The hospital was short. So Granny Leisha was always busy. Still, she loved her work. Of course, aside from her work, she had other things she wanted to accomplish. Oh dear, looks like we've got a bit of a situation. Let's tackle the issue at hand first.
This door looks like... Look, there's another button to control the door over there.
They can handle pressing the buttons.
Leave it to me! Not you! Both of us!
I'll leave these two children with you, Proxy. Please bring them with you as you search for a way forward.
Temporary access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved.
Me, pick me!
The operational interface has been switched to Anastella.
Lead Anastella to push the... Great. Now Drusilla can get through.
I've stepped on the button!
You can use the permissions I've granted you.
We're here! Both of us! I'm here! Drusilla too!
There's another up ahead.
There's a large switch up ahead. Seems like we need two Bangbu to step on it.
Leave it to Anastella and me! Go, go, go! Drusilla! Gear coins! I found... I'm standing on it! It's your turn, Anastella! Lots of treasure!
You can do it. It's up to you guys to press that switch.
Once they both get through, they'll be able to step on the main switch.
Main switch won't budge! Need Drusilla! We're here! Gonna step on the main switch! Hiya! Hiya!
Aren't my little Bangbu amazing? Our guide is pretty amazing too, of course. Now then, let's proceed. Let me continue with Granny's story. When she was young, Granny dreamed of becoming an actress. So she signed up for a beauty contest in her free time. That's right. It was the Miss Metropolitan pageant. Not just her colleagues, but she too was surprised at how far she got. Let's walk and talk. Granny emerged as the dark horse that year. To everyone's surprise, the judges gave her high scores. And just like that, Leisha Christie made it into the finals. Yet, on the day of the finals...
Is she coming? I remember in the news.
In a corner of the broadcasting room, numerous screens were showing the broadcast of the glamorous stage. But among them, an old TV was airing a piece of breaking news. It was a holo alert for areas including the White Waves Hospital. And so, on the screens showing that magnificent stage, the rising star who was about to be crowned Beauty Queen ran down the red carpet steps without turning back and headed to the place on that old TV screen. Seems we have some uninvited listeners up ahead. Let's pause the story there for now. Don't disappoint. support. Okay. I'm not finished.
Say no more.
Master, we can reach depths of the... Once you enter, you won't be able...
Ah, it's yet another strange door.
Yeah, and more different mechanisms.
That should be where the main switch is.
Time to step on the button again? Step on the button, step on the button!
Temporary access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved. Initiating override.
Stepped on it! One more ahead! It's done! It's all done!
We're very close to our destination now, Rina.
Yes, and Granny's story...
Valve status. The lock is... Sufficient gear coins paid. Authentication successful. Oh.
Are the kids all right? Oh no! The main door is blocked. I remember the emergency exit should be... Ah! I found it! Don't be scared. I'm coming! I'll protect you all!
The hospital had already been enveloped by the hollow. It was pitch black everywhere, and things were in chaos. Laisha didn't have time to worry about her tattered pageant gown. She took off her high heels to run and climb barefoot. She kicked away the obstacle that blocked the main door. In a panic, she couldn't remember the names of all the children. Relying on her memory, she searched for one swaddled baby after another. Those clothes were all imprinted with the hospital's wave pattern. One baby giggling happily in the hollow. One baby that was drooling. And another that cried at the top of their lungs. They were the wave sweet cakes Granny was searching for.
That must have been when she contracted cognitive corruption syndrome. This is the last obstacle.
Let's get rid of it in one fell swoop and find Granny. As usual, I'll leave you to take the little ones.
We'd better take it with us.
Fox can press button too! Let's do it together! 3, 2, 1! 2, 1!
Biosignatures detected up ahead.
Granny Lacia should be there.
Yes, we should hurry up.
These two bamboo are pretty convenient.
Thank you for the compliment. We might have to battle ethereals later, so I'm going to withdraw your access for now.
Not here.
Oh, good. We found her, and she doesn't look hurt. Just...
I lost all the sweet cakes. The sweet...
Huh? Rina, didn't...
Yes, I'm quite certain they were all saved. There's only one explanation. Her memory has regressed to the night she was at the hospital, so she can only search for her missing sweet cakes. For her. Granny Lacia, do you remember me? I'm Rina, and...
Sweet cake! Don't be scared. Even if you're all that's left.
Multiple ethereals detected. Rapidly...
Rina, Granny Lacia, we need to get out of here. It'll...
Ethereals are coming, Granny! Come on, we have to go.
Don't be scared. I'll protect you. I will.
You have to let go, Granny. That isn't your sweet cake.
It's a sweet cake. I won't lose another sweet cake.
She won't listen. What do we do, Rina? Rina!
Name, Lacia Christie. Nurse ID 2107. Your sweet cakes aren't lost. The silly, smiling sweet cake still loves to smile. She became a maternity nurse, just like you. The loud sweet cake doesn't talk much over the phone. But he said he'll come see you. Right after his concert finishes. The drooling sweet cake has already become a senior investigator. He might be off fighting ethereals as we speak. You didn't lose them, Granny. They just grew up. Now, it's finally their turn to protect you. Please wait there, Granny. We'll be done with things here soon. I found you.
Going all out! Yep. Drop the weapon!
Yes, Master.
Cease and desist! Don't even try it. You're surrounded!
Inquisition.
An opening!
their Lycons. All right.
Orders received.
We're out of danger, and Granny Laisha has calmed down. How are you feeling?
You look familiar. I think I've seen you before.
It's okay if you don't remember me. But do you still remember looking for the sweet cakes?
Sweet cakes? Not a fan of cakes. They're sticky and...
That's the one thing you gotta remember.
Do you remember anything that happened the last few days? What you had for breakfast, where you were, and...
Oh, I remember now. I'd lost... Oh, what was it I lost? I can't recall.
That's okay. As long as you found it, the who isn't, I'll remember all the unimportant details. Well now, I'd already contacted all the sweet cakes before we went into the hollow. They're on their way to Granny's place, so we'd best be
Ah, there you are, Miss Rina. I'm your contact from the new Eridu Housekeeping Association. Regarding your call...
Yes, I've completed the assessment. Shall we discuss the specifics at Granny?
About that, Miss Rina. I have to apologize. After we got her mixed up with a lady of the same name. Actually, this elderly lady came to the association a few times, saying she's looking for her sweet cakes. But someone got careless that day. They let her in the assessment reception room and then...
If it weren't for carelessness and coincidence, she'd still be out there searching. So things turned out...
As for the official assessment, could I ask you to file with the association as...
Later, perhaps. I need to get her home first. There are several people waiting.
I'll go with you. Perhaps there is some kind of compensation the Housekeeping Association can...
Well then, I'll come see you at the store as soon as I'm finished. Hello, Manager. I appreciate your help these last few days.
How was Granny?
The bad news is her memory is in severe decline. She doesn't recognize anyone anymore, let alone her... But the rest is good news. The Housekeeping Association contacted a suitable nursing home for her, and the Sweet Cakes all agreed to visit her on different days. She may not remember them, but everyone is looking forward to spending time with her. Perhaps one day she'll...
Perhaps one day people will find a cure for cognitive corruption.
That would be nice. Who knows? I've been in the hollows for so long. Perhaps I have it without even realizing. When I'm old, I might be looking for sweet cakes just like Granny Laisha. No. I'll probably be far more stubborn, rebellious, and unwilling.
Looking for sweet cakes sounds like fun.
It's a promise then. When that day comes, don't be put off when I turn into Granny Rina. And stick with me until I find my sweet cakes.